Our next winner is a utility app with a very unique story. The winner is Workflow by Desk Connect.
WWDC scholarship winners in 2014, the three-person Desk Connect team, Ari Weinstein, Conrad Kramer, and Nick Frey, have been huge Apple fans since their early teens. Workflow is the result of a year of work which kicked into high gear after attending last year's WWDC.
Workflow allows you to connect apps and actions together to automate the things you do on your device. Drag and drop any combination of over 200 objects to create powerful workflows.
Workflow was selected as an Apple Design Award winner because of its extensive use of the iOS accessibility API. And just like a moment ago I said Fantastical set the standard for what productivity apps on the Mac should be like, Workflow sets the standard for what accessibility, what apps should be doing in terms of adopting accessibility to enable these apps to be used by people with vision impairment. And I could do this demo, but honestly, it's far more impactful if it is done by a few colleagues of mine from the iOS accessibility engineering team who can really show you how this thing is used. So I'd like to invite Ryan and Dean on stage.
All right. So my name is Dean Hudson, along with my coworker Ryan Dewar. We are quality engineers on the accessibility team. And we're really excited about the accessibility, just amazing work that the Workflow team has done in the Workflow app. Apple is very deeply committed to accessibility. We have accessibility in a lot of our products, including iOS, OS X, and now even the watch. Now, but today I want to talk about VoiceOver in iOS. Now, if you don't know, VoiceOver is a built-in screen reader that allows visually impaired users to access iOS and your apps. So you may be asking yourself, well, how do I use VoiceOver? What's that? I mean, to use VoiceOver, you really need to know 3 gestures: touch, swipe, and double tap to activate. And in a moment, I'm going to have Ryan demo those gestures. But let's talk about touch. Touch to explore. It's a way for visually impaired users to safely navigate your apps and iOS without activating anything. And so they can get the layout of the app. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to ask Ryan to show you touch to explore.
Newsstand. Settings. Game Center. Settings. Double tap to open.
Now, the second gesture we have is swipe to navigate. And this allows a user to swipe through buttons, UI elements within your application sequentially, either forwards or backwards, with a single finger swipe. Ryan?
iBooks. Settings. Extras folder to Workflow. Double tap to open.
Now, the third gesture we have is double tap. Now, remember, with VoiceOver on, touching is not going to activate the item. You have to use a double tap. What's interesting about this gesture, though, is you can have VoiceOver focused on an element and double tap anywhere else on the screen. And that's very unique. It's very crucial for VoiceOver users because it's hard to find that focus area again. And Ryan?
Workflow Edit dimmed button. Turns on workflow editing mode.
So that's VoiceOver. It's awesome. It's great. We love it. We use it. But it's really only half the story, right? The other half is what you, as a developer, does in your apps to make it accessible. And it's using VoiceOver together with accessibility makes a great user experience. And right now, I'm going to have Ryan show the Workflow app with accessibility using VoiceOver.
Yep. So as Dean said, my name is Ryan Dewar, and I'm going to take you through Workflow using VoiceOver. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start creating a workflow. You'll notice that it's a visual button, but for me, it's going to actually speak a label. Let's swipe over to our right and find out what that is.
Select Gallery button to create workflow button. Creates a new workflow.
I'm going to go ahead and double tap to activate that.
Create workflow. Untitled workflow. Actions. Back button.
I think what I want to do here, actually, I would like to get my current location, and then I think I want to turn it into a URL so that I can share it with friends. And finally, I think I'll copy it to my clipboard, actually, so that it's easy to use in a bunch of places. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and touch the thing I'm looking for on the left side here. So I'm going to touch this sidebar.
Contact action. Draggable.
I'm going to pause the
Double
speech.
tap and
Now, I'm going to swipe my way over to the location that I would like.
email app, phone number, select document, pick file, maps, head, get current location action.
That's what I'm looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that over.
Dragging. Added get current location to workflow.
Okay,
Search local businesses action.
and so I've added that first piece. Now let's go ahead and go get that URL.
Get travel, get maps URL action. Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to the right to add to your workflow. Double tap to read the action description. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
By the way, isn't it wonderful that they've added those great hints? I mean, they're fantastic. It's basically a self-described app. It's great, isn't it? So let's add it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a double tap and hold and drag it over to the right.
Dragging. Added get maps URL to workflow below. Get current location.
Hey, I know it's in the right place. So I'm going to let go here. And let's go ahead and go get that
Get
third
contents
item.
of URL action.
And this time, I'm just going to touch because I know it's right over here.
Sharing. Heading. AirDrop app copy to clipboard action.
There it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that.
Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound. Dragging. Added copy to clipboard to work. Move below. Get maps. Move above. Get maps URL.
Look, I even know the position. I'm above it.
Move below. Get maps URL.
I'm below it. I'm going to let go. Hey, I have a complete workflow. I could run this right now if I wanted to. And that's workflow with VoiceOver.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. They did an excellent job. You know, when I first saw the app, I was just like, man, this accessibility is cray-cray. This is like off the And you know, it's interesting because VoiceOver users are like any other users. You know, we go to the store, go to the same app store, look at the same games, applications, prices, and well, when we purchase and download and open your app, it's amazing when we find it's accessible. It just really makes things work out well for us. If you want to know more about how to make your app accessible, you can check out the WWDC app and see when the accessibility sessions are. We also have a couple labs that you can check out and bring your apps in, and we'll check them out for you. Thanks.
Awesome.
And that's Workflow,
I gotcha.
available on Mac, iPhone, and Apple Watch.